Susan Anton is a model and TV actress who rose to fame during the 70s thanks to a number of appearances in various media. In addition to appearing in popular advertising campaigns for products like Serta mattresses, she also appeared in films and on TV. During the height of her fame, posters of her adorned the rooms of boys across America due to her staggering good looks. Join Facts First as we take a look at how 70s model Susan Anton is still gorgeous at 70 years old. Susan Anton was born October 12, 1950. During her teenage years, the future star attended Yucaipa High School in Yucaipa, California. She graduated in 1968, after which she went on to further her education at San Bernardino Valley College. It was there she got her first taste of fame. In 1969, she won several beauty pageants, including Miss California and Miss Redlands. With this taste of fame, she got the idea she could use her looks to her advantage to try to find a career in the entertainment industry. She started working as a model and started appearing in some prominent advertising campaigns by the mid-70s. Beginning in 1976, Susan could be seen appearing in a notable advertising campaign for the popular cigar brand Muriel. This campaign not only utilized her good looks and charm, but also allowed her to sing a memorable jingle. The campaign caught on with TV audiences, and Susan was on her way to becoming an icon. She could later be seen making numerous appearances on the Merv Griffin Show. She appeared on the show around 30 times, further increasing her already rapidly growing fame. By the late 70s, Susan could be seen and heard all over, appearing on television, radio, and seen in printed advertisements. She also did a notable advertising campaign for Perfect Sleeper from Serta. These ads further utilized Susan's ability to sing her own jingles, and even allowed the blossoming star to announce herself to the TV audience by name. Due to her increasing profile, ABC decided in 1978 it was time to give Susan her own variety show. The network cast her alongside country singer Mel Tillis in a variety series known as Mel and Susan Together that aired over the summer of that year. It was produced by the Osmond brothers and wasn't entirely well received, but it did manage to further increase her profile, with Time magazine naming Susan as one of its most promising faces of 1979. Many balked at the pairing of Susan and country singer Mel Tillis in the variety series Mel and Susan Together due to the fact that the two had little chemistry and almost nothing in common. Perhaps if Susan had been given a more fitting partner, her first variety series would have taken off. As it stood, the series was off the air by the end of the summer and never returned. Despite that, Susan continued to find success as both model and actress. By the end of the 70s, Susan could be seen in boys' bedrooms across the country in the form of both posters and cutouts from other media. In addition to her continued appearance in advertisements, she could also be seen in the film Cannonball Run 2. She was given the opportunity to host a variety show of her own with Presenting Susan Anton. Sadly, this wasn't all that much more successful than the previous variety show. In 1980, she worked with another notable country singer. She recorded a duet with country singer Fred Knobloch that became a top 10 song on the country charts, and even managed to make it onto the Billboard Hot 100. She also recorded music on her own, but her duet with Fred was her biggest success. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like, and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Throughout the 90s, Susan continued her career in entertainment with various roles on both TV and stage. In 1990, she made a notable appearance on Night Court, portraying the character Margot Hunter in an episode titled The Talk Show. Beginning in 1992, she was given a recurring role on Baywatch that lasted until 94. She also appeared alongside comedian Gary Shandling on both Gary Shandling's Show and The Larry Sanders Show. Susan has continued her TV career into the new millennium, with guest appearances on both Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and Law & Order SVU. Besides her varied work on television, she also began appearing on stage more and more in the new millennium. In 2000, she was given a gig hosting a long-running show in Las Vegas. The show was called The Great Radio City Music Hall Spectacular and ran for over 5,000 performances at the Flamingo Hilton Hotel. Later, Susan took on another Las Vegas gig with the musical Hairspray. Not all of her stage performances have been in Las Vegas. The star has also graced the stage on Broadway numerous times. She's appeared in All Shook Up, Hurly Burly, and The Will Rogers Follies. All in all, she's had an incredibly well-rounded career, and her resume has since come to include work behind the scenes. When it comes to her personal life, Susan has also seen quite a bit of variety in terms of suitors over the years. One of her earliest celebrity relationships was with British comedian and actor Dudley Moore. The two dated in the early 80s, and the tabloids loved to point out the staggering height difference between the two. While Dudley was a mere 5'2", Susan was a healthy 5'11". Susan has been married twice, with her first marriage having been to a man named Jack Stein. They married in 1975 and divorced in 1980. A decade later, she married fellow actor Jeff Lester. The two live in Las Vegas together and have even developed their own production company, Big Picture Studios. While Susan and Jeff have been happily married for nearly 3 decades, Susan dated a handful of celebrities before meeting and marrying her second husband. Besides Dudley Moore, that list includes Sylvester Stallone, and she also had run-ins with Frank Sinatra. As with Dudley, Susan's relationship with Stallone began and ended in the early 80s. While the relationship was said to have gone fairly smoothly, there was one problem. Sylvester was married at the time. The two had a small fling and parted ways amicably. As a singer, Susan shared the stage with icons like Frank Sinatra and Kenny Rogers. She has reminisced positively about her personal experiences with both these singers, saying they were both incredibly gracious to her. Nowadays, Susan has been largely content working behind the scenes alongside her husband with their production company. But she's also made the occasional appearance in front of cameras, such as in 2016's Sharknado: The Fourth Awakens. Recently, she's gladly stepped out from behind the scenes to host a new nostalgia-driven talk show called Idle Chat. The program features classic TV, film, and music stars returning in front of the camera with Susan as host. 8 episodes have been filmed, and the series began airing on the Family Channel and Retro TV on September 12, 2021. The reason she was excited to take the hosting role was that she was personally excited to meet many of the stars who were going to be featured, including Leave It to Beaver's Tony Dow. And she's worked with many of the stars previously, meaning that a few of the 8 episodes also serve as reunions. Besides the cast of Leave It to Beaver, an episode of Idle Chat has also been filmed reuniting the cast of The Love Boat, which Susan featured on for a period of time. Another episode reunited popular musical act The Pointer Sisters, who were friends of Susan's back in the day. They even sang a song together, hearkening back to Susan's time as both a recording artist and singer of advertising jingles. Now it's time to hear from you. Let us know in the comments section below if you're planning to check out Idle Chat. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.